Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Jaden Ngwenyi, and I am a youth. Yes, good youth. And today's topic, we're going to talk about discipleship. And in my own perspective, discipleship is knowing a behavior of someone or something that has impacted your life. For example, biblically, we have Christ, who has disciples, and he teaches the disciples on how to preach the gospel. And today we have an awesome friend of mine, a brother to me, an advisor to me. I'll let him speak for himself. He introduces himself, what he does, and all in all. Eric, tupige kituo sasa.
Hey guys, my name is Eric. I'm an advisor to Jaden. I'm a friend of Jaden, and I'm very, very happy to be here. Monday to Friday I work as an engineer. I'm a full-time son of God. And yeah, I'm really excited for this topic.
So Eric, talking about discipleship, when you hear about discipleship, what comes in your mind?
When I think about discipleship, I think about Christ's model. And in Matthew, actually one of the last instructions Christ gave us was to make disciples of all men. And so basically replicating himself and his values and his spirit in all men. And I look at that and I think about even my life day to day, like Paul. Been reading about Paul of late, and beyond his works and beyond like his boldness and his courage to go out and preach the gospel, one of the things that really stand out was how he lived and how his life became sort of like a living epistle, or rather like a way that through his stories people actually come to know God, right? So when I think about discipleship, I think about like Christ's model, what he expects of us, and then I think about, some characters in the Bible, like Paul.
Nice. So, as you've talked about Christ, Jesus had 12 disciples, and from what I would like to ask, why do you think Jesus chose to invest deeply in few people?
Yeah.
The 12.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to reach everyone by himself. And also, what can we learn from that model today?
That's a good question. What? Hey, let's take a moment to just like appreciate like the depth of that question. Yeah. So I think why Christ chose 12, for me, I think it's a model of like how you should also lead, right? So Christ was fully God, but also he was fully man. And as much as, even as like you read the scripture, like he could tell what people's thoughts were like in certain situations. I think he couldn't be everywhere at every time. And so I think Christ picking the 12 was a model of leadership and a model and sort of like a framework of how we should also like operate even in our day-to-day lives, right? So think about it in church, right? Jedome, I can't dance the way you dance. I really can't, even if I wanted to. You need to show me some of those moves,
Yes.
But you have strengths that I don't have strength, you have some strengths that I don't have. And so if you think about even like how God says that you have, some will be pastors, some will be teachers, some will be evangelists, some will be apostles, like people have different strengths, but we all form one body. So in that same way, there's strength in numbers, and there's unity in having people who you can pour out your spirit, pour out your values, and then, because we can't achieve everything by ourselves, that's reality. Yeah. As we do that, we're able to multiply and be fruitful. You get what I'm saying? So I think God choosing 12 was like one. From where I sit, it was a fantastic like model of leadership, and yeah, intentional. Like he was intentional about imparting himself and imparting his values, and from that we had 72. From that we also had the apostles, and to a degree that's why me and you are seated right here. Yeah. So what are you doing now that you're a disciple of Christ? What are you doing?
That question will answer later.
Yeah.
Another one is about discipleship. Do you think, in your perspective, is it about influence or relationship? Because between the two, they link each other.
Yeah.
But in what way?
I think they're interconnected. You asked whether it's
influence or relationship.
Whether it's okay. So I think at the end of it all, I think you will disciple someone you have a relationship, or you'll be discipled. Yeah. But you will disciple someone you have a relationship, or vice versa. And it can be like a relationship at any level. But I do think there has to be like some form of like submission and respect and honor one to the other. There is value in discipleship, and there is value also in like mentorship, and allowing yourself to be mentored, and allowing people to also mentor you. Yeah. People say like you can't pour into, and you can't pour into someone if your cup is empty, right? So there's a place where as you disciple and as you mentor, someone should be, to a degree, like there's someone that fills your cup, or there's a place that maybe fills your cup, and there's a place maybe where you also impart like those lessons. And I think it's a valuable thing. So I think it's both.
Another one. Has there been someone who intentionally poured into your life? And how did that shape who you are today?
Yeah, 100%, man. Hey, these questions are good.
Stop right there. No. Thank you so much for watching. Catch us on our next episode.